What's going on, guys? It's been a little while, I think about 2 weeks or something since I last posted, so I think we should do a Blu-ray update or a Blu-ray review session. And I know I still have some leftover stuff from Black Friday. I got some other stuff that I bought. Man, I buy way too many movies. But anyways, let's get started. First thing I watched was Dario Argento's An Eye for Horror. Now, this is a documentary done by, it was released by Image Entertainment. I can't remember who did it. Directed by Leon Ferguson. I have no idea who the guy is. So this is kind of like a documentary about Dario Argento. It's very short. It's like 50 minutes long. It has a lot of like behind the scenes and interviews. They actually talk with Asia Argento about her father, and then also with Asia's mother, who of course was in a lot of Dario Argento's movies, and apparently they had like a bad breakup or something, which they always like, oh, that's reflected in, because Dario Argento always kills her in like all his films and weird stuff. The interviews are cool, some of the behind the scenes is cool, but I just really felt like this was it was just so brief. It's like 50 minutes long. I mean, I don't think you could put his entire career in 50 minutes. I think if you own like any of the other Dario Argento Blu-rays or DVDs with all the bonus features from like Blue Underground or something, I think you'll actually have more. I mean, it's not a bad documentary. It's well made. It looks pretty good. A lot of the information is good, but it's just so short and so brief. It's good, but I think it can pass. Next up, we got Witch House. Now, Witch House is kind of like a Night of the Demons style movie, or I should say ripoff, that was done by Full Moon. Directed by Dave Dakota, who also does a lot of other low-budget, schlocky style movies. I think I've talked about him before. He actually has director credit as Jack Reed in this film, so just keep that in mind. So, story is a whole bunch of kids arrive to a mansion or something to party, invite to a party. Of course, think a lot of horror movies start off like that, so yeah, like I'm saying, keep your expectations low on this. It's not a very good movie. The acting's terrible. Some of the makeup's pretty good, but the CG they use is horrendous. But this movie was made in like 2000, so I guess you kind of ignore, or forgive it for a little bit. But Witch House, very low budget, Night of the Demons or demon style movie. You can pass. It's just not that good. Creepy looking though. Kind of. Up next is one of my Black Friday hauls. I got this for like $5. George Romero's Land of the Dead. Of course, this is his fourth zombie movie in his little series that he does. When I first watched it several years ago, I thought it was pretty bad. It wasn't that good. So I rewatched it on Blu-ray, and definitely Blu-ray does improve it. It looks pretty good. The movie itself is still kind of boring. I mean, it's not as cool as Dawn and Day, but you can forgive it. I think it's actually went up a notch when I rewatched it. I also have the DVD version. If you're a fan of these movies, make sure you keep the DVD because there's special features on this guy that aren't on this guy, which is kind of sad. And I wish companies would stop doing that. Put it all on the Blu-ray disc. It's supposed to have all this space. So yeah, Land of the Dead. If you're a fan of zombie movies, yeah, sure, go watch it. It's George Romero. Why wouldn't you? If you're not a fan of zombie movies, it's not going to change your mind, so you can probably pass. Probably going to get some flack for this one, but Red Riding Hood, I got this from blowitout-of-here.com. It was like $3 from the director who did Twilight. I know, it's from the Twilight. Red Riding Hood, not a very good movie. Mena Seyfried, definitely hot, probably the best thing in this movie. The wolves are just like normal wolves. They're just, bigger wolves. I really wish the return some of those giant werewolf costumes that some older movies have. But, this one's all CG. The movie's okay. It's not that bad. I would rank it higher than Twilight, but that's not really saying much. But Red Riding Hood, kind of like a flop of the original tale. So, yeah, I mean, I don't understand why you would watch this. But if you're a fan of Twilight, you'll probably like it. Most people who watch my channel aren't, so pass. It's not good. The next thing I watched was Inception. Of course, this is the movie from Christopher Nolan. And I think this is where people are going to start disliking me. And I didn't really like Inception that much. I mean, it was okay, but I guess maybe it was so hyped for me that, to me, it just didn't live up to the hype. Christopher Nolan, I think he's a great director, and this movie looks outstanding, has great acting in it. I still just think the story's not that good. I know people think it's very complex, and I don't really find it that complex, dreams within dreams and all this crazy jazz. To me, it just kind of feels like a cop-out. you know, they were going like from dream inside a dream inside a dream. I was like, you know, I got the. I remember something from like Dragon Ball Z where they're like, haha, I'm Super Saiyan 1. And the other guy was like, aha, I'm Super Saiyan 2. I just kind of felt like that. They're always trying to like one up each other. But Inception, you know, I thought the plot had originality. I thought it was pretty cool. I heard through the grapevine, through the internet, that is actually the plot is very similar to DuckTales, like from one of the episodes from the DuckTales, where the Beagle Boys are trying to like get the combination to Scrooge's vault. But Inception, it was okay. Again, maybe it's one of those movies that takes multiple viewings to enjoy further. But I guess I just wasn't wowed by so many other people were. But Inception, it's okay. Sorry. Don't hate me. And we have come to the end. Thanks for watching, subscribing, thumbs upping, and all that jazz things you people do. I don't know what that was. Anyways, have a good one. Bye.